Hello. Listen, I would have helped earlier, but she thinks I'm watching the test subjects. Now, the thing is, I may have made a slightly smallish huge mistake with that.
Welcome to Family Gamer TV. We're here at E3, just been seeing LEGO Dimensions, and I've got the producer, Doug Heder, to tell us about the game. So, I mean, it's a great experience, but how have you got from having the idea to having the game?
Well, it's been a long process over a lot of years. Something John Burton, who's the founder, of course, of TT Games, has just been thinking about. You know, it makes a lot of sense when you think about the LEGO brand. You know, that's a modular toy system. And what we're really trying to build with LEGO Dimensions is a modular gaming system. You start with the core starter pack experience, but you can add pieces onto that as much as you like for years to come of new content, new brands. It's really up to you, the player, to decide which is your favorite and which one you want to bring into the game.
And so, is it sort of you buy that toy pad once, but you won't have to buy another one in the years to come? Is it just a one lifetime buy?
That's the hope. We're definitely going to give you years of experience and play value out of that toy pad. That is the idea, is that you build on top of that core experience and add in the additional pieces for not just year one, but year two and so forth.
And so with that starter pack, you get a series of franchises sort of in the box. You get some LEGO figures, don't you, and the toy pad.
Yep.
But in terms of what's in the game, does that extend beyond those 3 franchises that you see the figures?
Absolutely. So right out of the starter pack, you have Batman, Gandalf, and Wildstyle, obviously representing 3 vastly different IPs or brands. You also get the Batmobile, which comes in your starter pack, nice. Toy pad, and the full game. And what's in that full game is a full-size TT LEGO Games experience. It's probably the biggest game we've ever produced just as a standalone game, right? Let alone the fact that you've got all these great toys packed in with it. In that game campaign that you're going to play with just your starter pack characters, you're going to experience levels based on all the different brands that we're showcasing in the game. So you're going to travel from Back to the Future to Ghostbusters to Scooby-Doo to Portal to all these great brands that you love with just that starter pack experience. Of course, as I add on to that experience, if I want to go out and get more characters or more toys, more vehicles, I can bring those in and get even more value out of each of those areas. And in some cases, like the Back to the Future level pack, I get an entirely new Back to the Future level that's its own standalone experience. So it's really, you get to experience a little bit of everything with just what's in the starter pack experience.
And then as you buy a level pack, then that expands that particular franchise. If you bought, like you're saying, the Portal level pack, you'd already have that Portal in the starter pack, but It would give you more levels.
Even more Portal levels to play through, and that is really an experience because the Portal level pack comes with Chell, who's the star of the Portal series of games. That story is really based around her, right? That's her gameplay, that's her story. In the main game starter pack experience, it's really Batman, Gandalf, and Wild story. They're the ones that are leading that adventure, that are sort of on this quest to stop Lord Vortek from destroying the LEGO multiverse. But these level packs are discrete bundles of content that are based around your favorite characters, your favorite brands. So if it's the Back to the Future level, it's Marty McFly. This is his adventure. This is his story. If it's Portal, you get Chell. If it's Ghostbusters, you get the Ghostbusters level based around those characters.
And I think one thing about the LEGO Dimensions is it's slightly more expensive than the other Toys to Life brands. What's driving that price, and what's the value that a parent would see in Dimensions that they wouldn't see somewhere else?
Well, you get the full game experience, which would normally be just a $60 standalone experience on its own. But you also get the toys, 3 minifigures, the vehicle, plus you get the toy pad and all the bricks that are built around the toy pad to customize that toy pad look, right? So if you think about just how many bricks there are in that box and what that would cost you just from a LEGO experience, we're really, I think, giving a really great value for what's all in that box. So you get this great game, but you also get all these great toys. And again, like I said, it's a system that you could build on for years to come.
And one thing I'm slightly worried about is that the bases come off the figures, don't they? And that's the important bit. My kids are going to lose those little plastic bases if I'm not careful. How did that evolve, the idea that you could separate it?
Well, you're correct. The data that you need to tell the game that, oh, I'm putting this character on the toy pad at this time is all contained in that base. Those bases are labeled individually, so every base is unique looking. So Gandalf's base looks different than Wildstyle's base. So you're never going to mix up the bases and not know which one belongs to which character. The technology that went into that took a lot of years to develop, and that's kind of where why in 2015 we're just coming out with this product for the first time. You know, a lot of R&D put into that to figure out what was the simplest way to introduce kids to that concept and families to this new play experience, and we found that those bases worked quite well. I suppose with any game you run the risk of losing the pieces, but actually if you look at the pieces themselves, they're much larger than a standard Lego brick, so hopefully if you're good with your Lego bricks, you're not going to be you're going to be careful with also your toy tags.
Yeah. And the toy pad itself, it does more than some of the other USB peripherals that you see with games. There seems to be quite a lot of back and forth, and there's different ways of using it. Could you explain some of those? Yeah,
so right off the bat, the toy pad itself can hold up to 7 different characters, vehicles, or gadgets at the same time, or any combination of those 3 things. So it's quite different than what else is out there in this category in the marketplace. So you get 7, right? That comes up with some really interesting combinations. But the toy pad itself is divided into 3 sections. There's a left, right, and center section of the toy pad, and each of these have discrete lighting. So being able to light each of these areas differently and having multiple slots to choose from allows us to design and build puzzles around those areas. So, for example, a simple one, right, is shift. Shift is one of the abilities you can activate on your toy pad. And shift turns your toy pad into a teleportation device. So when I activate the shift keystone, 3 different colors appear on my toy pad, and each of those colors represent a different vortex or rift or wormhole in the world that I can teleport my character to. So by simply picking up Gandalf and putting him on the yellow circle, I can teleport him instantly to the yellow area of the game.
Oh, nice.
Or if I put him on the pink area, then he goes to the pink area in the game. So that's just a simple example, but it's really handy, and it allows us to create some really fun designs when we sit down and think about our levels. You know, there's no reason you can't break the laws of gravity when you have a teleportation device. So if I want to put Gandalf on a ceiling and have him walk upside down, I can do that. If I want to have Batman walk on a wall vertically, I can do that too. So it's a lot of really fun, interesting things. That's just one example.
And so just finishing off, you've got loads of franchises in the game. You've seen Scooby-Doo, Batman, Lord of the Rings. Do you have a particular favourite that you've worked on in the game?
If I picked one out, I would be leaving the others behind.
Is that your favourite child?
I as a kid grew up in the early 80s watching Doctor Who on the local public access channel. So I was a big fan of that. When we got that license, I was very, very excited about that. Portal, obviously, as an adult gamer, I've played those Portal games, and to be able to build a Lego world based around the Portal brand is just a dream come true. It's really exciting. But surprisingly, things like Scooby-Doo, which you don't expect to, I mean, that feels a little bit younger. It actually is one of my favorite levels in the game. It's really clever how they use the unique animated art style in that world. The puzzles they have in there, just the whole setting of the Haunted Mansion is really great. So, there's a really good variety of levels in there. But yeah, those are some of my favorites.
Great, thanks for the time. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.